Alright, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking this video. Thanks for tuning into my channel. My name is Simon Hill, Black American from Louisiana, coming to you live from Budapest, Hungary. Today is September 11th, 2025, about 11 p.m. where I'm at right now. And today is our second week of our weekly call-in show where I just come outside, chop it up with the people. Everybody and their mama is invited to come up to the front of the church pews and, get it off your chest, get it off your mind, spit it with your boy, chop it up with me. Everybody's welcome. And today, we're just going to be chilling back, man, kicking it, man. I'm going to be rolling up something good, getting some stuff off my mind, having a little drink, some fine Portuguese wine. No, sorry, this is Hungarian that we got right here. And we're just going to chop it up, man. And we gonna smoke on a Kirk pack. We about to blow a big pack of that Charlie. Bitch, we about to light up that Charlie Kirk, man. Hold up. Where's my bag? Hold up, where's the actual smoke though? Oh, I left the tobacco over here. Hold up. Yes indeed, family. Yes indeed. Yes, indeed. Rolling it up, smoking it up. I hope all of you had a good week. It's been a crazy week for me. It's my first week of school for my second year at university out here in Hungary. I want to give a shout out to everybody who's donated to this channel, helped put a young black man back in college. I appreciate that. I really like my classes this semester. I'm taking some interesting courses. I got a course on physics and philosophy, on like relativity and shit like that, space-time, Einstein shit. I got another one that's similar to that in topic. Luckily, even though these courses are math-based, you know what I'm saying, and I suck at math. I am terrible at math. I've never been a math guy. You feel me? I'm looking forward to taking these classes. We're going to chop it up with my guy, Nelson Moreno, who just jumped in. He just jumped in the live. Let me pull up one with the people. Let me unmute him. We're going to have a toast. Nelson, a toast to you, good sir. We toasting it up.
A toast for you too as well.
Absolutely. We sipping on something nice.
Enjoy yourself.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, on this glorious day. How you been, man? How you living?
Man, yesterday I saw a video that elevated me, that charged me up, like, what's the name of that, that song in Niggas in Paris?
Yeah, Niggas in Paris by Kanye and Jay-Z.
Yeah, that song, there's a part with the white dude, Will Ferrell, he says something.
To play the song. I haven't heard that song in years, but what's the point?
Honestly.
Hold up, wait, where's it go?
We're just skipping one song
It goes.
Honestly, I don't really feel bad about it.
Nah, we don't feel bad about it at all, man. It's just it's a very interesting time in America, with everybody being so upset about one white man dying when there's a whole genocide going on. You feel me? That's what I find so trippy. People die every day in my country over stupid shit. Gun violence is epidemic. And, I think it was Joseph Stalin that said 1 million people dying is the statistic, one man's death is a tragedy. But I just hate that it had to be this, like, one guy that got everybody in their panties in a bunch. You know what I'm saying?
I understand the squeamishness
Mm-hmm.
Surrounding like a death of a political figure, dying that way, like in front of so many people online and stuff, and somebody who was very, very influential and important to the party, to the overall political discourse in the USA. So I get it. I just don't really care, he was making fun of George Floyd, saying that like if he saw a black pilot, he wouldn't enter the plane and stuff. And like it doesn't really. When I see that stuff, I don't really get mad. I don't even get angry. I'm like, oh, so you like that? Okay, man. So like, and honestly, death is a natural process of life. It's as normal as breathing. So like, why would I be sad? It doesn't make any sense.
That's a good point, man. That's a good point. I mean, how do you celebrate a bunch of people's death and then get, you know, like he died. If anything, I could respect Charlie Kirk because he died in what he believed in. You know what I'm saying? Like he said a bunch of times, if a bunch of kids die in a school, it's worth it for the Second Amendment. In a way, he sort of like went out like Tupac Shakur. He's the white Malcolm
Nah,
X. He died. He
he
died.
went out like in a Shakespeare play,
I know, right?
like in a Greek tragedy or something, like in an extremely ironic way.
Yeah,
These last words were really trying to like put blame on black people.
yeah. Now that's
It
what I
was
heard
like
right now that they're
strange.
like there's a bunch of like HBCUs, like black colleges that are like under threat because of the assassination on him.
Yeah, I saw something like that. I'm just waiting for it to be more widely reported. I did see some stuff like that, which
Hmm.
is crazy because the guy who shot him is white. So like,
Mm.
it's very telling that it's how they view black people. Like
Hmm.
scapegoats, on and on again.
Yeah, black people, Muslims, immigrants, trans people. It's just always somebody else other than them, even though it's always them doing the fuckery. You know.
Yeah, they have a strange inferiority complex.
Very much so. Very much so. I want to make sure that people
And
can.
honestly, it was a beautiful shot. It was a beautiful shot.
It was, and I wish I don't know if I can say it on the tube, man. But where was that last year? Where was that? Where was
For
that
real.
aim last year, bruh?
Antifa didn't want to lag this time, man. They
I know,
saying,
right?
nah, give him a greatest soldier, man. We ain't gonna miss again.
And the Antifa underground cells beefed up their training regimen.
For real, for real. Honestly, pound for pound, I got him above Luigi right now.
You got him above Luigi. I mean, Luigi
Pound
just.
for pound, come on.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was I think like 50 yards away or something like that from like a top of
200
building.
yards, 200 yards.
200 yards. My God, that's like a
Yeah,
football field, a soccer pitch for
yeah,
my Europeans.
yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, no. I mean, Luigi did something like what Luigi did. I don't know, man. It's like how Jordan invented the game, and that's what Luigi is. Jordan invented the game. You know what I mean? Like how we play ball today. But whoever did this to Charlie Kirk is like the LeBron. He took it to the next level. You get what I'm saying?
For sure, for sure. Like, I guess like Luigi maybe was the trendsetter, like the
Mm,
father of the thing.
yeah.
And honestly, they're all children from that guy from Taxi Driver.
Oh
That's the real
shit.
father.
Nah, fuck
Yeah.
Travis. Fuck Travis. But you know who's the unsung hero in this? Like always, there's a black man who's also should be in this conversation, but is not. Because I
Who?
don't know if you remember, this went under the radar like a few weeks ago or a month ago. A black guy drove from like Las Vegas to New York City and then walked up in a New York City like high rise and like slaughtered a bunch of people there, random mass shooting. But he took out
Oh,
like
I
this.
wasn't he like ex football player?
He was an ex football player, but he accidentally took out one of the CEOs of BlackRock, like one of the most wicked. You know what I'm saying?
That was crazy, man.
He accidentally chopped up one of those CEOs buying up all the houses and making shit worse. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I
man,
mean, I don't wish death on anybody, but if it comes, I don't know. It's a regular thing.
yeah.
There was a video which was closer, where they shot closer.
Hmm.
I mean, the video that was shot of Charlie,
Yeah,
it was really close. I
yeah.
don't know if you saw that one.
Oh yeah, I saw both of them when he was like when it felt like it was only like 10 feet away or 20 feet away, and then I saw the one
Yeah,
from the crowd. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah. Like honestly, that video I kept playing it over and over again. It was like first I felt like a great enjoyment. I thought,
yeah,
yes, this
yeah.
is like better than some snow bunny right now. This is really good. And then and
But
then
But yeah,
And
I
then
watched it a
I
few
thought
times too. I
that's
watched
the
it a few times too. I
sorry,
couldn't
sorry.
believe it. I couldn't believe that they were like, because I came home yesterday. I saw the news. Oh, Kirk got shot, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's a leg shot, stomach shot. He gonna live.
I
You know
thought
what I'm
this is
saying?
too good to be true.
You thought it was too good to be true, but then Acty and I started watching High and Low, the Japanese one, right? And
Oh, you saw it?
yeah, we watched the
Oh, I
Denzel
know
one.
that's crazy. That's a crazy coincidence.
So we're gonna watch. So on Friday tomorrow, if you can join, we're gonna review both at the same time.
High and lowest.
Yeah, highest to lowest, and also high and low. That's what we
Yeah, we
put.
can do that for sure.
Yeah, but so we started watching it, and you know it's a long ass film. So we were like an hour and 45 minutes in, and then we
Yeah.
paused it, and then I checked my phone, and it says Charlie Kirk is dead, and I'm like, oh shit, it's real for real, it's real. So then I go on
Yeah.
Twitter, and I find the video, and I was so pissed that they didn't report him dead at the scene because that was a kill shot. You get what I'm saying? Like you said, that was a
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe maybe he really didn't make it to the hospital. If they stopped the blooding enough, his brain would be still. It would lack oxygen, but it would still be some activity.
I don't know, man.
Assuming they take him fast enough. I don't know, but that was like, if he survived that, he was going to be like extremely paralyzed.
I'm
He's
just saying.
fucking. He
But
almost got decapitated.
I don't know, man. Like the way the blood was gushing out his neck. You know what I'm saying? Like when he got.
That was like Kill Bill.
Yeah, it was like some Tarantino shit. Exactly. Man, that was sick. That was. I was like, there's no way he's living through that. Like from the get
Oh, that
go.
was so beautiful, man. That
Yeah,
was
he was slumped
wow. That
over.
was
Like
really
from the close up one, when you watch the close up
yeah.
one, it's like the life drains out of his eyes as soon as it exit out his neck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
his nervous system was destroyed like in an instant.
Mm.
But it was beautiful, man. I thought like I kept thinking because I try to empathize a lot, and I kept thinking like, did he have like a last thought or something? Did he have a feeling of everything like closing down and feeling like of terror? It was delicious, man. I want Nick Fuentes next. I mean, I like Nick Fuentes, and I like that guy. I listen to Nick Fuentes, but he needs to be next.
I know Nick Fuentes was scared as shit seeing that because he had
For sure.
last year. I think it was when he after the election and he went viral because he said "Your body, my choice." You
My
remember that?
choice.
Yeah, the white Karens were
Yeah.
on that ass. The white women started coming for him. They were knocking at his door trying to, and then he comes out and starts macing people. So I know he's scared as shit that they
Oh,
clapped up Charlie.
he's sassy, man.
My favorite Nick Fuentes moment is when the police showed up and they were interrogating him, and the police says, so the report says, here, you're a white supremacist. And he says, I can't be a white supremacist, man. I'm Mexican. That's my favorite Nick Fuentes. That's,
Oh, look at this guy.
yes, like he is such a
What,
little.
what did you think of High and Low?
We're gonna review it tomorrow, man. We're gonna review it tomorrow. I'll say this though, I I I feel like highest to lowest is better.
Uh, I can see why you say that. I think High and Low.
Hmm.
I think it's way better, and I think the weakest parts they got from like the weakest thing about highest to lowest is the part they tried to copy, but it didn't come out the same way.
What the
But
last interrogation scene?
no, no, like many scenes they brought from the original. That I think in the original, you know what about the original? It had more. It was more thrilling. It was more suspense to it.
Okay,
That's what I like more.
more thrilling,
But
more suspense.
the only thing that I like more in the new, in the remake is the music scene in the end.
I got you. With ASAP Rocky, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought the music in
But
the
he was
new,
awful. He was awful.
yeah,
It's a rock. I thought it was.
his acting was on. We gonna debate. We gonna talk about it tomorrow in full.
Okay,
But
okay,
I just
okay.
gotta say this: the thing I don't know what it is about me. Japanese cinema, I can't get with it. Cause a few months ago, Acti and I watched Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Cure.
Sure, I've seen that movie.
And some people say that's one of the best films ever made. And I've tried Japanese films so many times. I'm just not with it. I just don't know what it
You
is. I
know,
can't.
um,
All right, that's a white supremacist. We're gonna put his ass out. Or Nelson, you want to get on him? I don't know.
it's Alexander, have some fun, man. So,
Should
so
I
what
kick
I was
him?
saying,
I'm gonna kick him. I'm gonna kick him.
uh, I mean, when he's finished, he can come.
Okay. Anyway, what were you saying? Go ahead.
Oh man, what I was talking about? I'm high as shit. Wait, what I was talking about?
We were talking about Japanese cinema. We were talking about
Oh yeah, yeah.
high and low.
You're lucky because I actually thought I questioned if you would like this Japanese movie. I had some intuition. I think that you liked it, but I think that you have problems with it, and I think there's structural problems. If
With the
did I
original high
guess
and
right?
low or the
Yeah, the
new.
original one. The original.
Um, I don't want to give away spoilers for our review. I don't. I the new one has a lot of flaws. That's far from Spike's best, in my opinion. I
But
do.
structurally smoother, right?
It's. I was talking with Acti about this. I feel like I'm more adjusted to the Western quote unquote style of narration, where it's focused on a singular character. And in that case, Denzel carries that movie, and it's a hero's journey for him. Meanwhile, in the original, Mr. Gondo, he's only a part of like, the first half of the film, and then it becomes propaganda. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know, because I can see when you contrast the cops when the from the cops with the Japanese cops and the cops in New York, but I would suggest some benefit of the doubt to the Japanese cops. It's a different thing, and what I really liked it, and I wish Spike didn't make the cops in the new one such morons, such idiots, so useless. Is that they were like, damn man, this guy he's actually, he did the right thing. He got punished for it. Let's try harder. It's a bit, maybe it's a fantasy, but I really like that.
You like that about highest to lowest.
Yeah, that not only that, much more things, but I like that the cops were like, damn, we gotta lock in.
Yeah. I think what Spike did better than the original film, though, primarily, and this what I thought was very important, is highlight the class difference on how police treat kidnapping cases. Because, like, in Spike's movie, when they got the boy back, the police are like, okay, I guess we can go to lunch now. They're about to pack up and leave. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really give a
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
about the other kid, and they were also treating the father like he was a criminal. You know what I mean? Because of his
They were
past.
ignoring him and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But in the other one, what they kind of did was make it seem like the police are here to protect all citizens and everybody will be treated equally under the law. And maybe in the Japanese context that's true, but for me as somebody coming from a different cultural background, it's like I can't relate to that concept. Like hell no, the police don't treat everybody equally. You know what I mean?
Well, I get it. It's interesting that you say that because I felt almost kind of, I don't want to say the opposite, but I felt like the High and Low was more of a class movie, and the Highest to Lowest was more of a, I guess, artistic integrity movie. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, because they changed, the guy's business. Like his business is now music, and it's about retaining culture and authenticity in music. And in the other one, it's just about shoes. Like nobody gives a fuck about shoes like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess it was about literally maintaining the means of production, and like it's the same thing with Denzel's character. I think it was very similar that they both felt like the industry was selling out. They were trying to make cheaper stuff to maximize profit, and both of them saw what they were doing seriously there as art.
Yeah, they're both class movies, but I feel like they're both class movies in the sense that they want us to sympathize with the capitalist class. They want to they want you to feel bad for King David and Mr. Gondo. You know what I mean? When I feel like what High and Low, but what both of them did well was make you sympathize also with the villain too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that the final in both endings, it's like the tragedy of it, or like as that is that ASAP Rocky and the doctor guy and the medical student,
Mm-hmm.
they were getting satisfaction in bringing the main character from high to down low,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But the thing is, with both became low, both the main characters when they both got low, is they remain high,
Mm.
and I guess that's what triggered both of them in the end. You know, it's like you were hearing me, and you're not like me, but you're like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I thought what was the most interesting thing about the Spike joint is that even when the guy is at his lowest, he still wants to try and get up high. You know what I mean? And it's not
Yeah.
until the guy
You,
says,
you
"Oh,
know, I
mm-hmm,
like I like that in the original one. It's like, damn man, fuck it, it's over, bro.
mm,
Like his eyes, he has a quit in him. He's like he lost a lot of himself in it, and I like that. Uh, what I like best is the Jeffrey Dean character in the newest one.
his name was what?"
The you know the guy who was on the movie. That guy, man, the light skinned guy, bro. In the original, it's a chauffeur. It's a chauffeur. I
Yeah,
don't know how to
yeah,
say in English. It's a driver.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And in the new one, there's a new guy, the light skinned guy.
Mm-hmm.
Were they best friends?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, that was a great dynamic they had. I really like that.
That was, and that was Jeffrey Wright from American Fiction, one of my
Jeffrey
favorite,
Wright. Jeffrey
for my
Wright.
favorite,
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies last year. But you know, Acty is in the comments saying, "Don't spoil everything for the reviews tomorrow." So I'm gonna shut up, but I'm gonna say this last point. I can't believe Jeffrey Wright as a thug, as a Muslim gangster.
Really, really,
I
really,
did. I was
really.
not buying it. I was not
I
buying.
was buying it.
You were buying it.
I was buying it. He was like one of those uh black consciousness guy.
He's like, buy this bean pie, brother. when
And
nah,
when he had the other gun,
no, the way he grabbed that Glock, I was like, nah.
ah,
I was like, nah, bruh, nah, stop, nah,
but
bruh.
like but last thing, I just don't understand why, like Spike didn't went the all the way out, you know? Because in the original, that dude like, really got broke. He got evicted. They took his
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I wanted to see that in the new movie. I really wanted to see that.
In a way, that kind of happened to him. You know what I mean? He got kicked. I don't know if he got kicked out of his company or if he just left the label, but in a way, he sort of did lose
His
everything.
friend
But
tricked him. His friend tricked him.
yeah, mm, I don't know. We'll
You
talk
remember the
about it.
guy saying, you should sell. You should give the money. You should give the money." But
Mm,
I think maybe that was like a trick, maybe. But I
mm,
don't know.
mm. I don't know. We'll chop it up more. We'll chop up more about it tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
But I don't know if you saw everything that's been happening with Young Thug recently. He did that hour-long interview. I don't know if you checked it out.
I saw it and I turned it off. It was kind of boring. He was talking about he had his brother who got shot and wanted
Yeah,
to bring him $100.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, I don't. I mean, honestly, I don't really care, man. He was trying to like this, like let him do his thing. I guess
Yeah, I didn't
he
get
did a
the.
song. He released a song. Yeah, I kind of liked it. I don't know if you listened to it.
Oh no, I don't. I hardly check out Young Thug's music. I listened to a Young Thug song with a with a decoder trying to break open the codes. What the fuck is he saying?
Yeah, sometimes I want to try dresses. I put some Young Thug on the back, on the background.
When you shopping at Forever 21, he's
Sure.
putting some,
H&M.
yeah, some H&M in the women's section. Just
You know, whatever saying.
man, hold up, man. But yeah, I don't know, man, because like Russia is flying planes over Poland, and he's really testing those NATO limits, man. You really think like it's gonna be World War III kind of soon?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I think I think Putin is a real gangster, and he's just he's just
Hmm.
seeing how far he can push it.
Mm.
He's seeing like Trump saying, "I'm decided. I'm going to put new tariffs on Russia, big tariffs like you've never seen before, tariffs, monumental. Like even Biden, he couldn't do it. This is Biden's war, something like that." He was saying, "Are you talking that talk?"
Yeah, it's just scary because you out there in Portugal, like you're far away from this shit. But like being here in Hungary, for me, it's kind of weird, knowing that like Russia is really trying to test those limits. You know what I mean? And
Hungary is with Putin, man. Orban is rocking with Putin, bro.
he's rocking with Putin, but I I mean, a lot of people here in Hungary don't really like Orban. A lot of them want him gone. You know what I mean? And you know, he might be able to get himself safely out of Hungary and go to Moscow, whatever. But I doubt the Hungarian people are just gonna be like, yeah, let the Russians come and take our shit again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they'll just be happy with that.
I don't think. Was Hungary part of the Soviet states,
Yeah,
the Soviet satellite?
yeah, yeah.
Uh, I don't know. Like Russia doesn't even. He doesn't have. They don't have the manpower to do that kind of thing, really.
They don't need. They don't have it, but the North Koreans do. They grabbing North Koreans and sending them to Odessa.
Well, I mean, they can't expend as many North Koreans as they have killed, Russian males,
Man,
which I think is above 500,000 at least.
yeah, but when they say they're sending Russia's soldiers, it's basically like poor slanty-eyed young men from the Asian side. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
just
But
they're basic.
honestly,
What's up?
these guys are kind of dumb, man. I mean, if you wanna if you wanna be a passport, bro, you got Russia, you got Ukraine, you got Gaza.
That's not the place to do it. That's not the place to do it, man. That's not the place to do it.
You bring a glass of water, and they're yours, bro.
Bring a glass of water. You out of control. You're out of control, man. But yeah, man. I really think I think this might just not be like the start of World War III, but maybe just the dissolution of NATO as we know it. You know what I mean? Because if Russia really tries Poland, they really start pushing forward into like the Baltics, testing Finland. It I can't imagine America with Donald Trump saying, "Yes, we will do anything to defend Estonia and Latvia." Like he doesn't even know where those places are or give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Honestly, man, I wish it was like communist Russia, like real Marxist Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And if they invaded Poland, I would be like one of the greatest generals. I would conquer Poland in 2 weeks, and I would take the president's wife and make her my war prize.
That's crazy. But if Russia was Marxist now, it would be like woke Marxist. You know what I mean? Like like the tanks would be like rainbow colored. You know what I mean? A fucking a whole
LGBTQ fighters,
yeah, like a whole
the
transsexual hops
LGBTQ
out. Like
battalion. Oh shit!
you know what I mean?
Hey, shoot on me your dick. Pull the dicks out.
they got a big black woman as a general. You know what I mean? Like it's the
Oh man, that'll
it's
be
the woke
cool.
Marxist era. You know what I mean?
The like, you can't be saying no microaggressions.
I know, right? They invaded Poland and saying no more microaggressions and trigger warnings on everything. You know?
Like they gonna take the guys to like re-education camps and they're gonna learn about like critical race theory.
Yeah, exactly. Now, before we talk about the bourgeoisie and the proletariat, let me tell you about bell hooks.
Yo, shit! I got a Bill Hooks book right here. Actually, where is it? I have
You
it
got,
right here, right in my hand. It's called um simply teoria feminista, feminist theory.
okay, okay. I'm reading a bell hooks book right now. It's Killing Rage, Ending Racism. All right, Henry, I'm gonna unmute you, man. Put your hand down. Put your hand down. But hopefully you have something good to say. Just relax, man. Just relax. You with family. You with friends. All right. So go ahead, drop your N bombs.
Attention! Attention!
See, there we go. See, that's all the whites have to say. That's all the white. That's why they're gonna get
Yeah, man,
Charlie
he really
Kirk
wanted
to.
some attention, you know.
What'd you say?
He really wanted some
He really
attention.
wanted some attention, but he's gonna just get Charlie Kirk to him.
You know, you gotta keep that good posture. You know, you can hurt your neck.
Keep that good. Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man, you know what's crazy? Is last remember when I told you that things gonna get dark, like real dark? I
Tell me.
told you, man. Look, they stabbed that little white girl on the
Oh
train.
yeah.
Then they shot. Oh man, I thank God they bodied that nigga Charlie Kirk, man. He was talking so much shit. Oh, thank God he got shot in the neck, nigga. Yes. Yes. But him and his white supremacist friends talking a bunch of shit online. And then fucking Israel invaded Qatar and the Trump. Trump sounded like Hannibal Lecter, bro. You saw that birthday card to Epstein?
Yeah. May every day
That
be a
shit was
wonderful.
dark, man. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Like I don't know, man. The way white supremacy works, we think whenever some negative shit happens to them, that somehow we're about to get fucked up. But if you really look back at it, this past week has been one of the worst ass kickings for like the white supremacists in a while. And I'm not, saying
For
like
the
it's okay.
Trumps, yeah.
I'm not saying it's okay that little white girl got killed in the bus. Like, no, that was horrific. That was horrible and shit like that. But it's like everything that they're doing shows the hypocrisy of them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like like weren't you making memes of like, oh, it's time, like when they stabbed that white girl, oh, the media will report this. If it was, a white man doing this to a black woman, they will report. It was all over the media. What were they talking about, bro?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
still all over the media, man.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? They need to be like these weird underdogs. Like, it's so strange.
Yeah, they
Look,
have
look at this. I'm tired. I got black fatigue.
I know, right? Always talking about black fatigue and the crime rates and per capita and shit like that. But it's like these murders happen in our country all the time, and nobody makes a big deal. Like, for example, when there was a white guy who went out on a Tinder date with this black girl and put her and chopped her body up at the end of the date. First time he met her. You know what I mean? And they had nothing to say about Peyton Gentry. They were saying that's a psyop. A white boy walks into a supermarket and slaughters 10 black people. They make a saint out of him, and then they run cover and hide and say, oh, it wasn't really us. You get what I'm saying? Like, all this, it's just hypocrisy after hypocrisy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this shooting is like, who's doing this stuff? It's not black people. It's white people. White people are fatigued of white people. That's the real red pill.
It's the craziest thing, yeah. But
You
let's
know,
get- hold on, wait. We gotta let Doug Forsyth get his N bombs off. Hold on. This is the only vent for the white supremacists now. They've had a bad week. Okay, Nelson.
I want to hear that sweet mouth, bro. Come on.
They've had a bad week, so I know he has to get it off his chest. He has nothing intelligent to say, probably, but let's let it go.
That's not very nice, bro. I was just here because I saw what happened on your stream. I was just chilling.
Oh, really? Okay, all right.
You know what wasn't nice?
Yeah. Come
All
on,
right.
bro.
You know what?
All right. Well,
What they did to Charlie wasn't nice, man.
There's an old saying: when you assume, you make an ass of you and me.
okay. All right. So here we have.
I got
All
a
right.
fat
Well,
ass.
Doug, what's up, Doug? How did you come across this stream? You're welcome here, but how'd you come
I,
across?
I was just looking through YouTube Live, and I just saw debating and stuff like that, and I like just hearing about interesting topics and people's opinions.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're new to this channel, my name is Simon Hill. I'm from Louisiana, currently living in Budapest, Hungary. I've been making like shitty YouTube videos for the past few years about various
I wouldn't say
topics.
they're shitty. They're better than mine.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that, Doug. But, we do movie reviews. We read books on this channel. We talk about the events of the day, theory, all that type of stuff. But I guess the major story is what's happening with, the post-assassination of Charlie Kirk, unfortunately. And so I don't know. What do you think about that event?
I don't know. I try not to get too involved in the like complexities of assassination because like I can't say I agree or disagree with anything anyone says, right? Like
Well,
especially people like Charlie Kirk, they're a little wild.
okay. Well, you gotta have a standard. I'm sure you would disagree with, I don't know, like Hitler saying, like, we have to exterminate all the Jews, or a slave
I don't
master
think he
saying,
ever said that though. That's the
okay,
difference.
okay, all right. Well, he might not have said it.
Already, bro.
All right, but come on now, that's not arguing in good faith. We don't have to read Mein Kampf word for word to know that Hitler probably wanted the Jews wiped off the earth. Nothing.
Sorry, my cat was bugging me.
Okay, Nelson, go ahead, man.
Honestly, I admire Hitler in some ways.
Hot take, Nelson.
That's crazy.
Hot take, Nelson.
I didn't say that. I never said that. I just said I don't think he said X statement.
Okay, hot take, Nelson. Go
I'm
ahead.
just saying. I'm just saying my opinion.
I mean, the only thing I like about Hitler is that he killed Hitler.
Guns.
Guns.
People kill people, not guns.
Okay. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving credit to the man who took out the man.
Like honestly, he was a visionary.
He's a visionary.
He was a visionary.
Yeah. He was the visionary for what? Inspiring Kanye to suck cousin dick.
Well, every now and then in history, there comes a person who's a dreamer, and they're able to shape the world for the best or for the worst with their dreams. And Hitler was one of those kind of the people.
Yo, my bad. I didn't mean to click mute.
Yeah.
I didn't know I couldn't unmute.
No, but if you mute, I would have no way of knowing whether to unmute you because there's no chat, no video, nothing. You get what I'm saying? But,
Yeah. I don't blame you. I've seen what happens in Zoom meetings.
All right, but Doug, I have to ask you. You sound like an American. You have an accent like ours. So I have to ask, like, did you vote for Donald Trump last year?
I've never voted in my life. I don't live in America.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you an American though?
No.
Okay.
No way, you're an
Wait,
American.
Yeah, come on, man. Doug.
No, I live in Canada, bro.
You're a You're a Canadian. Okay. Okay.
I forgot Canada existed, Lord.
So last year, when our great American poet Kendrick Lamar was whooping on Drake, how did y'all feel about it? Exactly. That had to happen. See, Nelson, I'm telling you, man, it never fails. They just have to chimp out. They have to chimp out. You see that? Anyway, man. If this stream doesn't show you that the modern white man has no juice, has no swag, has no capabilities, nothing will, man. Nothing will. But moving forward, man, everybody else is welcome, man. The white supremacists can pile in. We'll just knock them out. I'll be on live for, let's say, another 20 minutes or so.
Hello?
Yeah. What's up?
Sorry, my internet went off.
It's cool. And the white boy had to chimp out, if you didn't hear that.
What happened?
He just started shouting, nigger, shit like that.
Ah, come on, man. I knew it, man.
Yeah, yep. It's so sad. It's sad seeing, you know what I mean? It's like they used to have everything. You know what I mean? And now all they have is the N-word. And
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And psychic benefits of white supremacy. They're poor. They have no education, no health care, no opportunities. White women don't want to fuck them.
They're a dying species. It is what it is.
It's so sad. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I respect that they aren't going. They aren't going soft into the good night. They're raging.
They're raging, but they're still going off into the night. It's like how I don't know if you know this, but like panda bears, you know what I mean? They don't want to have sex, and they're literally trying to extinct themselves. You know what I mean? Gorillas kill each other. You know what I mean? When one male gorilla sees another male gorilla, he has to fight him and kill him. It's like they literally are trying to make themselves extinct. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think it's kind of sad if you think about it. If you think about it, it's on the spectrum. It's on the spectrum of weird behavior, of depressed behavior,
Yeah,
of abuse at home and neglect at home. It's sad, man.
I know, right?
A lot of broken families, bro.
Blaming everybody but themselves, blaming the Jews, blaming the blacks, blaming the Mexicans. But they fell off.
Yeah,
The
man,
fall off has to be studied. The
for
fall.
sure. You know,
Mm.
sometimes when I got some problems, I know where it comes from. It comes from a stiff neck.
MC Light told us we got to keep a rough neck.
For sure. You don't know what's gonna touch there. You know,
You know what?
Captain
I
Kirk. Let's
respect that.
go.
I respect that Charlie Kirk, on behalf of the conservatives, put his neck out there.
Honestly, uh, honestly, when when he looked up, he got shot in the neck. He like his neck, his head went all the way up, and I thought maybe this guy converted to Islam, and he saw Allah. You know, in his last like microseconds,
You think in those
he
last
saw the
seconds
lights of Jannah.
he said the Shahada?
You don't know. With God, everything is possible.
Oh man.
You know what's crazy? Have you seen the picture they released of the guy who shot him?
Yeah, I they have a suspect. Looks like a skinny white dude. You know what I mean? Baseball cap.
But you know what's tragic? You know what's tragic?
What?
Like, I'm gonna be honest here. Like he won't get the pop that Luigi Mangione did. You know why? Because he's not handsome.
He's not handsome. He's
You
not
know
handsome.
those females that because part of the appeal of Luigi Mangione was that he killed the guy, and women love that. They love that kind of danger. Oh my god!
Yeah.
And so like the kind of memes, that kind of
Hmm.
movement, they won't go and be behind him. Although objectively, pound for pound, he's above Luigi, bro.
Yeah. I got you. No, yeah, I mean Luigi was just unique because he is a very conventionally handsome man. You know what I mean? Very few people have those qualities.
Homosexual vibes.
Homosexual vibes from me. I'm saying I'm staying in Luigi, man. I'm saying
No,
it's
he got some. He looks kind of homosexualish.
oh okay, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think a lot of white men, do some strange shit. You know what I mean? I think that's a part of their culture. You know what I mean? Their culture
I
is
mean, what was the name of the guy that just got in? What was his name?
the guy who was here. I don't know, Gordon Nelson. I forgot. Totally forgot.
I mean, maybe. I mean, let's be honest. Let's say, like, if a woman gets throughout her life assaulted by men, I would understand if she hates men.
Hmm.
Maybe our guy here was constantly getting raped by BBC,
Possibly,
and now he's a racist. Honestly, I get it.
possibly. Their obsession with black cock is gay enough. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, yeah.
as black men, we don't sit around thinking about big white cock. Like they created the concept of a big black cock. That you know what I mean? How gay do you have to be to do that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if black guys keep raping you, maybe it's just pattern recognition,
Yeah. I don't know what it was. You know what I think? I sit down and wonder sometimes, like, where did the anti-blackness come from? Like, of course it comes from capitalism and white supremacy, but like, if I really like sit back and just be stupid with it, it when the ancient Greeks and all the other people used to come to Egypt back in the day and they saw the glory and the shit like that, you know what I mean? Maybe the Egyptians were just taking advantage of them, you know what I mean? Like just straight up fucking everything, you know what I mean? And just doing horrible, nasty shit to the Greek
What do you
men
mean?
and
What do you
women.
mean?
What you mean?
Like the Greeks or the Egyptians were doing what to them?
Like the like the Egyptians were straight up smashing everything. You know what I mean? Because like the Greeks used to come and
Mm.
study in Egypt and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like there was no tuition back then. So basically, I don't know what you have to do, like suck a big Egyptian cock to like I don't know study for 4 years under the first doctor. You know what I'm saying? Stupid shit
Yeah,
like that. This is like
I think
stupid
this
theories I
stuff
have.
it comes from my identity. People are very attached to their identities, and it's a big part who they are, and if you can convince someone that their main identity is white, and then logically you can do a lot of things. You can say, well, if I identify mainly as white, I'm a white man. I'm a, I don't know, a builder of civilization or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It's only natural that I want to preserve my race
Mm-hmm.
against other inferior races that haven't accomplished as much.
Right.
So if you go down that line, it's like a logical step for them.
Yeah. But it's just so silly because everything that they ascribe to their race, light skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, green eyes, whatever, these are, genetic traits that are recent evolutionary inventions. 6,000 years ago they appeared. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
Yeah,
silly.
it's very silly.
It's very silly. And then on top of that,
Yeah.
there's people that would say that the Russians aren't white or the, I don't know, the Italians aren't white, whatever, shit like that. You know what I mean? Even though they possess the same characteristics that they ascribe to whiteness. You get what I'm saying? The Jews aren't white, apparently.
The Jews are definitely white in my book.
You know what I mean? So it's ridiculous. They're, yeah, God, man, man.
You think that's sorry?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Do you think that Spike Lee has fallen off, or just like keeping the same wavelength as before?
I think he's still a very good filmmaker. Like he has his particular style, and he's fortunate to have like Denzel in his back pocket, the way Scorsese has Leo. You know what I mean? Or Robert De
And
Niro.
Robert De Niro, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, he's lucky he has that. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like some of his films could not be carried unless he had a Denzel or Wesley Snipes or John David Washington. You know what I mean? Like, he's lucky he has that.
Honestly, like in High and Lowest, Denzel was the best I've seen him in years. To be honest, I
I
think he saw the performance from the Japanese guy. He was like, "Holy shit, I gotta lock in."
hmm I would say the acting overall in High and Low was better than the acting overall in Highest to Lowest.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Did you saw his wife, Denzel's wife?
yeah.
She was really bad, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, Acty was going off on her yesterday. She gonna say more about that tomorrow.
Why? Like, how is Israel keeping these ties with these countries, man? I still don't get it.
Wait,
And these
what?
countries, they give Israel so many chances. I just don't get it.
Don't you talking about Israel? Like what? In their ongoing genocide, and the world just sort of looks the other way.
It's not the world, rather the Western world. You can
Yeah.
say the world, yeah, but the Western world. They
Mm-hmm.
keep giving them chances. It's like they're in denial or something.
Yeah.
It's like so pathetic.
Yeah.
No wonder Putin like bitching Europe, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know if I don't even know if Hamas knew the same way Osama knew. Just bringing it back to like 9/11, like how much
Yeah.
that one action that they did that was suicidal, like ended up changing like the course of history and like exposing the hypocrisy of the West. You know what I mean? Because like what Hamas did was they made Joe Biden lose. They made us get another 4 years of Trump. They exposed that both parties are beholden to Israel by the nuts. You know what I mean? APAC runs them bitches. You get what I'm saying? And everything the West stands for: human rights, democracy, uh, protecting of the innocent. All that shit has been exposed by, you know, basically a bunch of like suicidal Arabs multiple times over.
Well, that shit has been exposed since like, I mean, since forever.
Hmm
If we go to the post Cold War age, we got Vietnam, we got the Contra scandal. I forgot how to say it. Iran Contra scandal. I mean, you have the Iraq War.
hmm
This stuff is like, maybe now it's more, I don't know, it's more weird because you can really see the footage on live.
hmm
You can see like they could put like today I just saw like a child's like head. It was not like a head. It was like the face, like the
hmm
skin of the face.
hmm
And like people can just see that, and it's like, wow, it's very easy to too easy to get red pilled.
Mm.
It makes you wonder, man, do Jews really run the world? Like, how are they getting away with this shit?
Mm. Now, I would not say that the Jews run the world. I mean, we still live, you know, uh, the major corporations in the world are not all owned by Jews. The thing is, like, the the Anglo Saxons and the Europeans in general let the Jews be their highest level managers. You get what I'm saying? They're the highest level of manager that the white supremacists have in their caste system. You get what I'm saying? That's how I look at like the Jews in general.
Mm.
I don't look at them as like, oh, they own the banks. They don't run. They no, they manage the banks. They manage the music industry. They manage the film industry. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, I just think in this case, like what's happening now, um, as far as like the hypocrisy being exposed, of course you could go back to like colonialism, slavery, even further than like Vietnam or anything like that. But just like everything post, the fall of the Soviet Union and the liberal, neoliberal order that has ruled the world for most of our lives, like these two events, 9/11 and October 7th, I think, have done more to damage the West than the financial crash or declining birth rates. You know what I mean?
Uh, I don't know. I think because the what they really did was, yeah, they forced the mask off, but um, it's not really that consequential, at least for now. I think things like economic crisis, like capitalism itself, that's far more corroding of the West. And honestly, they did. I think I'm an atheist. I am an atheist, and I don't believe literally in any religion of so.
Mm-hmm.
But I am a fan of religions, including Islam. And I think what Al Qaeda and the so guys in Iran and so forth, I think what they did to Islam, to at least to the image of Islam, is very ugly and very tragic to say the least.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. It's like
Mm.
you know what I mean? Yeah, it's by doing that, you know what I mean? They made generations of people. Like I think even our children's children will still have, negative stereotypes that Muslims are more extremist, terrorists, prone to violence, stuff like that because of October 7th, 9/11, and several other things, ISIS, you know what I mean? But
You can certainly like put this violence within the context of colonial rebellion, maybe.
yeah,
But the thing though, it's the worst thing though. It's also being carried in the name of religion, and
yeah.
that makes things a lot murkier. It's a lot different when you say like before I don't know, you shouldn't do this to be honest, but before like Hamas did. I know Hamas came to a fucking a road. This was in 2000s. There was a family. Some dude pulled up from Hamas with a shotgun and fucking wiped out with the whole car inside. It's
Hmm.
like if it was made maybe just in purely name of Palestine, of nationalism, of belonging to land, it's far more understandable in today's Enlightenment age, at least in the West,
Hmm.
than you do it for religion, which comes for people as far more irrational and esoteric, which is sad because the one of the most beautiful things to like for a human civilization is Islam, and a lot of people won't never understand that in their lifetime, which is I think tragic.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, like I think what you're saying is like people would sympathize more with the Palestinian liberation struggle if it was more secular. But I think, from reading Yahya Sinwar's book and just basic, like, history lessons on the struggle, it has been mostly secular. You know what I mean? Like, Yasser Arafat's struggle was mostly secular. He didn't couch his thing as a religious struggle. He didn't define himself as the leader of a religious movement. You know what I mean? Unlike, Hamas does and stuff like that. But I think, we have to look at Hamas as like a genuine, like sort of end result of years of oppression. Like Hamas is what would happen if the Black Panthers still existed, but COINTELPRO kept killing all the intellectuals within it. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know. Hamas's origin. Well, I don't know. I'm not so sure about that because much before Hamas, just like when the Israelis got there, they had a bad habit of doing lynchings and the gangs that formed from doing lynchings, it backfired on the
You're saying
Palestinians.
that the Arabs were
Uh,
doing lynchings.
I don't. Yeah, they're Arabs, but I don't like to call the Palestinians Arabs. I think it kind of denies their identity a little bit because
Okay.
Arabs. When you think of Arabs, you think of the people not from there. People who invaded there, and you know. But if you genetically the Palestinians, they're cousins of the Jews. They when the Jews went away, the some Jews stayed, and they got invaded and so forth. And now today they're Palestinians.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to call them Palestinians and themselves.
Mm.
And they in the beginning they had because they had a really bad leader. They had a
Mm-hmm.
really bad habit of doing lynchings, and it was really counterproductive. The things they were going about it started ultra violent.
I don't. I just can't agree with that interpretation of history, man. Because I feel like you're discounting all the terrorist attacks that the Israeli Zionists started doing when they got there. They formed the Irgun. They formed other
Well,
groups and
yeah,
networks that
a
were
lot of these
bombing hotels and doing pogroms themselves. You know what I mean?
a lot of these I don't know about them specifically, but I know a lot of these formed because of the Palestinians. Because at the beginning, actually, the Jews were not fighting back; they were actually very passive.
That's
And then
not
when they
true.
started
That's not
back,
true at all because both
that's
of them hated that the
uh,
British were there. They were both colonial subjects of the Mandate of British Palestine or whatever.
I'm talking of Palestine. I'm talking of Palestinians and Israelis before partition even. I'm
Yeah,
talking like
but that's
relation
like
between them
missing the
both.
major
I am
part.
aware. I am aware that there was extremist Zionist groups who did shootings, not only on British people but other people, on French people also. I'm aware of that, but uh, uh, um, I'm telling you, there was a lot of anti-Semitism and xenophobia going from the
I just
Palestinians.
feel
I'm
like
not
that's
saying.
missing out the major part though, because the way the whole thing started was that the British promised the Arabs land for them once they helped them beat the Turks, and they also
Mm.
promised the Jews the same thing. And so both of them were pissed at the British. So if you just continue to say like, oh, the Arabs and the Jews got there and they started fighting amongst each other and stuff like that, but you're forgetting like the third actor in the whole thing that got
Fro-
everybody
From
riled up.
from what I know, it's a lot more complicated than from what the British promised because there was a lot more players involved, and in the Arabs in relation to Palestine, the thing wasn't so. Actually, this goes way back to before World War II, even. But
Of course, during
yeah,
World War One, that's when they made the Balfour Declaration and Sykes-Picot. If you're going to talk about this conflict without mentioning Balfour and Sykes-Picot and just make it seem like, oh, the Arabs were savage or the Palestinians were savage against the Jews when they shut up, that just sounds crazy.
well, they were savage against the Jews when they show up.
Oh my god. Oh my god. There's no, there's more to it than that. That's just crazy, man. That's like saying the Native Americans were just, savage to the white people when they showed up. That's not true at
Well,
all.
they actually some might have been, but they actually weren't.
Okay.
Like
Let's
I'm not saying that because Palestinians had like because they had plenty of prejudice that it means that the land is not theirs or that it should be a Palestinian state. I'm firmly on that side. I'm just saying that they did act like that.
Nah, man. From my understanding of history, it wasn't just like the Arabs were just these mean,
I'm playing
hearted.
with you, bro. I'll play with you, bro. I was just trolling
I
you,
know
man.
you're not playing. Now you because you've been saying
I'm
this the
not serious.
past few days. Now fuck all that playing shit. You really mean this shit.
Um, um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm sure. I'm sure they did plenty of savage acts, but I'm not very confident about it.
Man,
But
It's
what I'm
just.
confident about is 9/11 though.
What about 9/11 though? That you're confident about?
The Jews didn't do it. The Jews didn't do it. They
All
might
right,
have known it. They might have known it,
you
but they
tripping?
didn't do it.
You tripping? You tripping?
You think the Jews did it?
No, no, the Jews. Number one, I hate saying we are not just
You
gonna
can say
sit
the
here and say
Jews.
the Jews, like we're some anti-Semites. No,
Come on, man. You can
now
say the
I
Jews.
would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Mossad, the CIA, other intelligence agencies had hints that this was gonna happen. So if you're gonna say like the Jews knew, then yeah, I would also assume the Brits knew with MI6 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people probably knew. I think there's credible information that George Bush, was given a file saying like, "Yo, there's some guys here that are up to some weird shit. We've been tracing them and following them," and he's like ignoring it and going out to the golf course. You get what I'm saying? So, I think a lot of
That did
people
happen.
knew.
That did happen. That did happen.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
I
knew the
think that
same way.
happened with Bush's father, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was also Bill Clinton as well, who like
Yeah,
was
yeah.
given credible information like, oh, this guy Osama bin Laden is right here. You can do a strike on him, kill him, knock him out, and but he didn't follow up on it as well.
We need to play some jazz, man.
Yeah, and then if you think about it recently, there's credible information that Netanyahu was briefed like, hey, these Hamas guys are pulling parachutes with motorcycles and doing drills. Like I think we need to watch
Oh,
it.
that's true. I think there's multiple sources that countries warned. I think Egypt warned. Lebanon, I think, was warned them rather.
Yeah,
I think, yeah. I don't know if it was neglect or I don't know.
yeah,
You thought I got this shit under control, man. What are you talking about? I don't know. Maybe it was
yeah.
malicious. I don't know.
It was it was a mix of hubris and the idea that it could never happen here. Like that's impossible. They would be crazy to do something like that. You know what I mean? Which I think is why Israel has been lashing out so hard. Is because they were so embarrassed that that could happen to them, because like Israel's defense is built on the idea that they are impenetrable. Like they play with the idea that, oh, we might have nukes. You know what I mean? We maybe
Yeah.
have missiles that could hit you all the way in Malaysia. You know what I'm saying? Like part of their defense is the idea that they're bigger than what they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, they're the country, well, not country, but rather the people, they were getting bullied, slapped around in school. And one day they learned martial arts, they went, they trained, and now they're in a war path, they're in revenge path. They're saying, who fucking stands against me? I'm going to strike him down. I'm the
Revenge,
real boss right now.
revenge of the
That's what
nerds.
they're doing right now.
Revenge of the nerds, man.
Revenge of the nerds.
Mm,
Revenge of the Jewish nerds.
it's crazy. But yeah, man.
I mean, where were you during 9/11?
I remember that day so vividly, like it's crazy. I was in fourth grade, and I remember waking up that morning, and I used to have this little rug that was uh, like a like a sideways square. You know what I mean? It's like a street sign. The stop sign, but it was in the form of a square, but it was held like sideways, and on the square it said caution. Uh, think before you move or something like that on this orange rug I had on my bed. And I remember waking up that morning looking down and saying, I don't want to go to school today. And it's September 11th, 2001. You know what I mean? I go to
Mm.
school. I'm in my fourth grade class with my teacher, Mrs. Brown. And she just
What's not?
says, yeah, she gets called into the principal's office in the middle of class, and then she comes back and says, "We need to turn on the TV. Something tragic has happened." We turn on the TV in the top corner of the room.
Yeah.
I'm old. I don't know if people still have this. TVs used to be in the corner of
Uh,
the.
I had that. I had that. And I'm younger. I know.
They used to put the TV. I don't know why they put that TV so high. That shit was
Mm.
a hazard. Um, but but
Mine didn't even work. It was already broken, from the 90s, I guess.
yeah. So we start watching the TV and we're seeing like the towers on fire, and the people are saying like, "Oh, it might have just been an accident." You know what I mean? And I think at that point only one tower had been hit, but we're watching for like a good 20 minutes or so, like talking, not really knowing what's going on. And then the second tower gets hit. And then everybody's like, ah, oh shit. And so we keep on watching, and Miss Brown is still saying, you know, I know a lot of you haven't been to New York, but you know, New York is crazy, you know, stuff like this happens. And then when people started jumping out the building, I'll never forget, we were watching live on TV of people jumping out of the fucking World Trade Center. And then she turned off the TV before the man went splat, you know, so that's my memory of 9/11. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
That's it reminds like that's fucked up, man. That's a traumatized millions of people, man. It's some next level psychological warfare.
Can I tell one more 9/11 story? I'm gonna tell one more.
Of course, man. I want to hear it. I
All
want to hear
right.
it.
So like, I remember like this is a 9/11 story, but it happened a few years later. So like, I think it was around 2003, and like the country is like really starting to get amped up to go to war in Iraq and Afghanistan and stuff like that. So it's been about 2 years since 9/11. I think at that point we had already invaded Afghanistan and stuff, but they had their eyes on Iraq and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I remember so vividly, and this is when I started becoming radicalized and when I really started hating Republicans. And this is why I don't understand how people love Republicans now as they talk about, oh, the war in Iraq was a tragedy, it was a mistake. When those were those same motherfuckers like Tucker Carlson, who I would see on TV every single day saying shit like the Iraqis and the Afghanis are savages. They're monsters. They're not even human. Shit like that, right? So
Yeah.
I remember, getting like introduced
That's
to.
interesting. I didn't know that. That's very interesting. That Tucker Carlson, at that time, he was actually like on the basically anti-Muslim rant, huh?
Yeah, like that was his
I
whole
thought he
thing.
was much newer. That's very interesting.
Tucker Carlson has been around like, bro. When I was 10 years old, this man was on TV. You get what I'm saying? Like, Tucker Carlson is a
That's
fucking
interesting.
Tucker Carlson is a fucking racist snake. One of his biggest controversies from 20 years ago was when he got caught on a phone, ranting and saying like the Iraqis are basically like dogs and they deserve to get bombed and shit like that. Like, I'm sure you can still find this on YouTube. Like Tucker Carlson, like phone call leaked of him basically spewing racist shit that would make Nick Fuentes bust a nut. You know what I mean? So, um,
Now he's going against Jews.
yeah, yeah.
That's interesting.
Make it make sense. but hold on, wait. I'm sorry to go off track with my story, but I remember.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I remember we had a project, like a presentation project at my school, and this was before politics was very like, bipolar, and nobody wanted to talk about politics because everybody's fucking crazy. Or no, the right wing is fucking crazy. But even in my small racist ass little school that I went to, named after a Confederate general, where 40% of the students were black and 60% were white, the teachers still encouraged like political debate as a part of English class and shit like that. So the teacher tells us one day, I want everybody to, sit down in groups, and then I want everybody to come up and give a presentation about what you think about the war in Iraq. They say our country is about to go to war. What do you think about it, future leaders of tomorrow? And I remember vividly this one little black girl got up there and she said, I don't give a fuck. We need to bomb all them motherfuckers. And then the racist little white boys go up there like, yeah, I don't know much about the Middle East, but them motherfuckers need to die. Some shit like that, right? And so my little woke ass, woke before woke, I was like maybe, I don't know, 12, 13, whatever. I get up there and I say, our country has done a lot of wrong to people in other wars, and we've also done wrong to people here as well. So before we rush to judgment about saying let's go to war against another group of people, maybe we should analyze ourselves. And so I'm against the Iraq war. I remember saying this. I remember vividly saying this. And I remember getting booed in the classroom. Booed by everybody. I swear to God this happened, bro. Everybody just fucking booed me.
How old were you?
I like I said, I was maybe 12, 13 or something because this is around 2003 because we invaded around 2004.
That's a wise thing for a 13-year-old to say.
Yeah, like because at this point, like I had already read the autobiography of Malcolm X. I was reading stuff like
Yeah.
one of my favorite books, one of my most transformative books was Black Liberation and Socialism by I forgot who, but the book is still at my house. I was also reading like Noam Chomsky and shit like that at that age. You know what I mean? So like I was getting very like, you know, a good leftist education in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
Mm.
I remember, you know, and I was watching Democracy Now. I was even watching Democracy Now back then, which was crazy to think about, or listening to it because they didn't even have YouTube back then. There wasn't YouTube. There were only like forums and like Newgrounds and shit like that. So yeah, man, I was
Oh, you're online too.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was online. I was online. I was lucky to have internet early. But I'll never forget that. Those are my two most memorable 9/11 moments in my life. You know what I mean?
Don't you find it ironic that that America is such a representative of new Rome, of a Christian Rome, you know,
Mm-hmm.
supposedly, at least partially, built on Christian values,
Mm-hmm.
many other things.
Yeah.
That they were saying that on your classroom, they're saying stuff like, let's get them back, very, very not Christ-like.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you find that strange? Although, like, imagine, like, you have God, right? And God tells you, okay, son, I have one request for you. Don't eat this peach.
Mm-hmm.
And the son, I don't know, like eats the peach, but the son still worships the God and anything. You're thinking like, how does this even make sense?
Yeah, I think
Isn't it weird?
it is very weird, but it's also on brand for America because, like in our country, we've tied our religion to bloody acts of violence from the very beginning. Manifest destiny is the idea that God gave the Europeans North America, and it was their Christian duty to wipe out the natives till they get to the Pacific Ocean. And then when they get to the Pacific Ocean, it's their choice if they want to keep going. And they kept going until they even got to the Philippines because they thought God was telling them to do it. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, the KKK was a Christian organization. So, what are we supposed to say? I mean,
Yeah, but it's odd, right? How the message is like, it's a good message. It helps you sustain throughout changes and so forth. The world is chaotic, the world is tough, and Jesus and like Muhammad and Buddha and so forth, and they give you a certain system of thinking that helps you manage the entropy of the world, right?
mm,
And then it gets distorted in very weird ways.
yeah. I mean, our minds do get distorted by our cultures, our societies, religion, and the contradictions. Because everything you're saying now is contradictions I noticed early, which is why I renounced Christianity very early on. Like this shit don't make no sense. You want me to worship a God who sent his son to die. Meanwhile, they still whip us, throw us in prison, fill the neighborhoods full of crack and guns. You get what I'm saying? Like nothing about the religion made sense, which is why I was like, I can't follow this. This makes no sense to me. This doesn't help us get free. You know what I mean? Jesus might have been a cool dude if he actually, was the person that they're describing in the book. But the way y'all are following him, he might as well be the devil. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes total sense, I think.
So, mm, it's just nasty. It's just nasty, man. But
It does make sense at some point, though.
what makes sense?
If you think about it, because what's a religion is going to have certain gatekeepers to it, certain people who continue it,
Mm-hmm.
and times change and so forth, and the people who interpret the scripture somehow,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna keep it in the framework of keeping their own roles of propagating their own existence and so forth.
Yeah.
Because it's a system within a system that interacts with other things. So it's religion that interacts with like the desire of people of keeping themselves in power. It's going to interact with subjectivity and like many other countless things.
Yeah, I mean, just my, from my understanding of like just Marxist theory, like all of these are a part of the superstructure that just maintains, you know, capitalist hegemony. They use like exactly what you just said, but exactly like they're just going to use
Well,
religion and their power to maintain the status quo.
um, well, yeah, religion can be used for that, but can be used for different things. You know, religion, uh, well, it's not being used to its maximum potential. But I don't think that human beings are such economic things. I think there are a lot more things. I think they're religious also. You can just like Marx did an economic framework of human civilization, or of it made like a homo economicus. You can make a religion human being as well.
Yeah.
Because even if religion goes down, there's still going to be religious behavior.
Mm-hmm. I
And it's
I
one of the insights of Islam, right? That people are going to worship. They always worship.
mm-hmm.
They need to worship the right thing. I mean, but I'm not a Muslim, so I'm not.
I agree with you that humans are motivated by more than just economic interests. People go against their own economic interests all the time. I would just say that the causation for what we crave is mostly based on our relation to how we produce what is in society and what is amongst us. If you even think about in Islam, why is Mecca where the holiest part of Islam is? It's because Mecca for a long time was the central trading route. It was a place where everybody stopped over, and it was essentially like an economic hub. And that sort of like relation to means of production carried on into the new religion that Muhammad, peace be upon him, founded. You know what I mean? They could have put
Well, it was
they could have put the Kaaba anywhere, but the Kaaba is centered at an economic crossroads. It's like if New York City became the holiest city in the world to a new religion today. You know what I mean?
no. It might have an economic origin in certain of it, and there's certain until today economic elements to it. But I think that's precisely why I think Muhammad didn't like it. It was the economics of it and the shallowness of it, right?
Indeed. And
You know Star Wars, the prequel of Star Wars.
why you keep talking about the prequels when Andor exists, man? You've never asked me about Andor.
I've never seen Andor. I've never
Bruh,
seen Andor.
what are you doing?
I don't watch Disney Star Wars, man.
Bruh, Andor is the shit. It's the thinking man Star Wars. It's Star Wars for nerds. Like
I
real
might
nerds.
watch it.
Not
I
not
don't know.
not no pussy can't see my dick nerds. It's
The critical drinker. Do you know that guy?
critical thinker nerds. Critical thinker, critical drinker nerds.
Yeah. Well, but do you know how Palpatine was able to like scheme behind the Jedi's backs? Although even though the Jedi's have like prescience and the Force and so forth,
How? Tell us.
because like thousands of years before the prequel, there was, I mean, there was many great wars between the Jedi and the Sith, right? Where there was this final last stand of the Sith, right? And this war lasted 1,000 years or something, and there was this last like stand of the Sith, and the Jedi got there on the planet and they destroyed the Sith, right? The only one remained, and from there on there was only the rule of one apprentice and one master, because they destroyed the Sith, right? And that temple of the Sith, were like the main temple of something. They destroyed it, and they made the Jedi temple on top of it, as to symbolize, we conquer this thing, and we're destroying it and so forth. Like we're replacing it with light, but there was still darkness there, right? And they were still operating under darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So Darth Sidious could do that shit, like is evil shit, because the Jedi's, like in their arrogance in the beginning, they were in the middle of the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can use that with your mecha thing as two forces, right? Religious and economics that are constantly struggling with each other. And if you look at the 21st century, you can without no doubt say, due to the loss of spirituality of man, that economic is one, right?
I get what you're saying. I just don't see a struggle with religion and economics. I just find that, our religious practices and beliefs tend to spring from our relation to the means of production. There's a reason why some Tesla workers go to church, but you'll never see Elon in a church. You know what I mean? But I don't see that as a struggle between either or. Some people will use the Bible to say we need to redistribute wealth, and others will say the
Well,
Bible commands for you to pay unto Caesar what is Caesar. You know what I'm saying?
like let me say it like this: there was a time where if the Pope decreed, or not even a Pope, let's say a local shaman decreed, okay, my friends, you need to invade this other village because of the bad spirits. You need to kill the bad spirits. You go there, you kill the woman, the children, and the man. Go there. I'm your shaman, and I'm telling you this. Or gods, I'm saying this to me when I dream. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to happen in the 21st century. What's going to happen? Saying, okay, we have a mercenary company, Blackwater. We got $10,000 salary per month, or you want to invade Ukraine, young man? Okay, if you die, we give you $200,000. What do you think about that? Or even got nationalism, right? Where what's up? No, give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, y'all, we're gonna cut this short. We're gonna get out of here. We've been on live for a while, for about an hour or so. I just wanted to come chop it up with the people. I am hella tired, and I got a lot of work tomorrow too. But I appreciate everybody coming in and chopping it up. Shout out to Nelson Moreno. Shout out Kevin Grant. Shout out Acti. Shout out Kamal. This was just an open platform for everybody to come in and holler at your boy. We're gonna do the call-in shows every Thursday. Every Thursday, at least for an hour, it's open platform for the people. But in the meantime, check out the movie reviews Acti and I have done. Check out the episodes of the book readings we've done recently on this channel. Continue to support, continue to pop up, and y'all be easy out there.